Ooh, that looks tasty. Support for Boards and Brews comes from Sovereignty. Play board games in a 3D environment on any device. Play smarter. Welcome, folks, to The Hungry Gamer is back with another episode of Boards and Brews. And today I am joined by Lin and Bekka of 10 times 10. And now, this is a couple that I've seen at several local cons. And a couple years ago, we both got conned into playing, get it, conned? Bad. To being in a live stream, I guess it wasn't a live stream, a recorded game of The Lost Worlds of Josh, is that Lost Worlds? Lost Ruins?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Lost something of Josh Kirby.
Lost Worlds, yeah.
And sat down next to Bekka, and we're playing. And everyone else at the table is taking it like crazy serious. Like they're into it to win it, and we're just like, I don't know, just do a thing, whatever. Yeah, let's talk more. So since then, I've always just highly entertained by you two. So I'm so happy to have you on the channel. But for everyone who does not know the rapid fire questions, I hope you're ready. Who the crap are you? What is your channel? What is your shtick? And how and why did you get started doing game media?
Okay. Well, I'm Gamer Bekka.
I'm Gamer Lin.
And we are 10 times 10. So and so that is us. That is our channel. Mm-hmm. And our shtick, gaming.
Just gaming, entertainment in all its forms, whether it's tabletop, video game, and all the nerdy stuff that comes along with it.
Yes. Currently, we've how we got started in the media stuffs. How did we get started? With our friends.
Yes.
We got started with our friends.
So originally we were a group called Four Gamers. Mm-hmm. Basically, the name was just because there was four of us. Basically, two couples.
Yep.
Me, Bekka, Aaron, and Joe. Hey, yep. Aaron and Joe.
Yep.
And you say, hey, you killed them, and that's why you have your own channel. They're gone. They haven't been seen in 10 years. You're just like, oh, hey, guys. They're in your freezer, you know.
No, not true. We actually talked to them recently. We are very good friends.
When you open the freezer, you're like, hey, guys.
Dang. No, they are our best friends. Yeah. We are fabulously close.
And yeah, we would do the something similar, except we weren't as wide span. Like we mostly focused on anime, video games, conventions.
Yeah.
And basically through that, the idea became I wanted to expand more. They couldn't quite grasp it. So we're like, you know what? Okay, we'll part ways, do our own thing. And I started to experiment at 10 times 10.
Yeah. And then here we are.
Yeah.
Doing stuff.
And the next thing, this is Boards and Brews. So what is your brewed beverage of choice today?
Yep.
So I got me a nice cup of Joe.
Yeah. It's what is it? It's bunny chocolate.
Bunny chocolate. Yeah.
It's like chocolate bunny, not bunny chocolate. It's a chocolate bunny. Chocolate. It's like a chocolate bunny coffee something.
I'm always, if it's something new and it looks shiny and it sounds tasty, or it might not even sound tasty, it just seems new, I go for it.
He goes for the like strangest flavors.
Yes.
Like Oreo cookies. OMG. Like he was on like this big old Oreo cookie kick of like trying to like try every single new flavor that they came out with.
They were making it
crazy.
It was for somebody. I don't know who. I was just trying to figure out what was for me.
Oh my gosh.
You were the one person that tried them all.
He did. I was like, every time I came home, when are these?
Like, didn't like them. They just opened the freezer and said, here's your food, guys.
Oh.
Boy, they're going to watch this and be like, what is wrong with that guy? Yeah, but it's funny that you say that because I do the same thing with beer. And there's a local brewery that I talk about all the time, Fort Point. They're out of San Francisco, but you can go online. You order. If you order more than $50, it's free shipping, and it comes within like a day. So great. And so I
that's
just got
awesome.
some. This one here is called Wish List, which is a mocha inspired dark lager.
What?
And that sounds crazy pants to me, but I was like, well, sure, I'll try. Like I got all the weird ones. I got a rice ale, which I didn't know was a thing.
Huh.
It's not
What?
sake. It's a rice ale, and there's like this fig and leaf, and so I got all the weird ones. So that's what I'm trying right now.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. I do like sake.
I love sake.
I really like sake.
Actually, what was it? Right now I'm on the kick of IPA, but most IPAs I don't like.
That's true.
The only one I think I've liked so far has been Broken Skull, Steve Austin's brand. Because it's
Stone Cold. Wow.
Stone Cold.
He made
I guess it's good to know
IPA.
he landed on his feet, because like
Oh man.
oh, that's really insensitive. Didn't he break his neck?
Yeah.
Well, that's really insensitive of me. I didn't mean that.
Years ago, the man's been fine since.
I know. I'm positive there's been so many jokes made at his expense. Like, it's fine.
But I thought that's what you were doing. I was like, oh, he must remember. He broke his neck.
No, I did. It wasn't until you guys reacted. I was like, oh,
you're fine.
that's
Fine. If
Boy,
get to him,
this is the
love it.
fastest I've gotten this far in the deficit of like morality.
No.
In an episode, I'm way down there.
Oh my gosh. So you were bringing out like the what was it, evil adjacent in you?
That's what it was. Yes, and the Lost Worlds, like those, you could be
Evil
good,
adjacent.
or you could be evil, and you and I were just like kind of evil, not really. Like, we weren't eating puppies. We were just like scratching off the scratchers and putting them back. Type
Right.
Evil, you know?
Okay. Taking it all.
Minor evil.
Evil adjacent. It's all good.
But so to actually talk about board games, right?
Yes.
So what games have you guys been playing lately? It could be a couple of them, and then we're gonna follow up with what do you have on your table right now? So
Okay.
they can be multiple different things. You got a couple. I'll say the first one that I've been playing lately, most recently, was a new Kickstarter delivery called Mission Catastrophe from Cardboard Alchemy. This is one of those games that's kind of like a pandemic style game where you're all kind of working together to put out the fire.
Yeah.
But it's got a competitive mode, which is so you're on a spaceship that's getting pummeled with asteroids. And so you're trying to fix it enough until you can get the food rations and the power pack and the oxygen, so you can get in the life pod and get away.
Okay.
In competitive mode, only one person can get off, and you have to leave everybody else behind.
Yeah.
So super messed up. But so you're running around and the ship's getting pummeled, but you have to keep fixing the ship because you can't use like the teleporter if the ship's damaged. So you got to keep fixing the ship all together, because if the whole ship blows up, nobody's going to win.
Yep.
Wow.
And you're running around, and each character has a different role on the ship. Like the one I just played, that was the quartermaster, and so the quartermaster can get items easier, like whatever. Or there's a cooperative mode where everyone. Oh, so in the competitive, only one of the life pods works, and you can move the fuse around, so you can figure out which life pod's going to work.
Okay.
Or cooperative, there's one life pod per person. Everyone has to get off, but there's all these different types of challenges. And the ones I played with, there's these little robots that show up and just walk around. They depower every room. Unless the room's totally messed up and there's no oxygen, they'll fix it a little bit, but to fix it, they take power from another room. So they just break the ship constantly. And that one's impossible. I don't know how you win that.
Oh my gosh.
And then there's one where there's these two little marauders. There's a big one, a tall one, and a little one that run around breaking stuff and taking things from you if they find you. Like if they find you, they're like bang, they shoot the wall and they're like, yeah, you're next. Give me some stuff. So you have to give away your stuff. And then there's a third one,
mhm.
which they call it the mind mold. And there's like mold spreading on the show. I don't know how that one works. I haven't tried that one.
Oh my goodness.
Or you can play it, solo against one of those things. So I've just finished shooting a playthrough of that. The miniatures. Oh, you guys like miniatures and art.
Yeah.
Yes.
The miniatures are great. The characters look great. Now, people who are just listening, you're not going to see it, but like you guys can see that.
Ooh.
That's Chad.
He looks chatty.
Oh, what's up, Chad?
Or my personal favorite is this guy right here, Blorp Johnson.
Oh my goodness. I love it. All of the flailing arms and the giant bug eyes.
Yeah. So anyhow, been playing quite a bit of that lately. That's the first one I've been playing lately. How about you guys?
Alien.
Oh, you mean Nemesis?
Nemesis. Which is based off of Alien.
Yeah, I think someone gets sued if you call it Alien.
I did.
Sorry.
So we've been playing a lot of Nemesis.
So much Nemesis.
Which
the Lockdown or the original?
Oh, that's such a good game.
So legit, like when you were describing your game that you're
Totally.
playing, it's basically the same thing except with aliens that are gonna kill you.
And are you guys playing the Lockdown version or the original?
Original. So we scared to do Lockdown because we just recently got to where we are starting to win sometimes.
Sometimes.
Technically, I have not won yet. I am always the first person to die in the game.
Yeah.
So I played the scientist in the wheelchair first time and just got trapped.
Mhm.
And the second time, I
revolving
played,
door.
Oh,
You got stuck.
Revolving too. Womp womp.
dang.
That's great.
And then the second one, I actually got to play a soldier, and I got to do a lot more, but I ran out of ammo, so I just ended up punching the alien.
Oh my goodness.
Slowly killing myself.
Bro.
No, I just recently played the Lockdown version because my buddy got it, and
Ooh.
I was playing in that one. I was playing the janitor. The janitor has a nail gun, and you can find a power washer, which is funny all on its own. But in one of them, I kept running away because I was out of stuff, and they only kept following me. Room to room. Oh. I was like, I kept trying to spray it with my power washer and go away.
That's amazing. Did you have anybody playing the alien or like the alien queen?
No. So the first time I played, both my buddy Matt and I, people on the channel, I'm Streamline Matt. I'm talking about, like, both of us were tempted to back the original game, but I'm not in love with Alien like a lot of people are. Like, it's fine. I'll watch it. Whatever. I'm curious. I'm an Alien fan adjacent, right? And
that's good.
So, but we went to Origins and we saw someone. We were like, somebody's got it because it had just delivered. So we walked around until we saw someone. Oh, we played. So we played, and I died real quick in that. See, because I did not fully understand the rules because we were playing the competitive, and this thing I got said, you win if person B is dead.
Yeah,
well, I was person B.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna go find some aliens. So I found the queen. I just like, why don't you run? I was like, no, I can do it. And I'm like, please don't do it. Please don't do it. And I almost killed the dumb thing, but I got killed. And they're like, so I'm gonna win. But apparently it doesn't work like that. That's not the rule.
Oh my gosh.
But then after that, I played the aliens.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Yeah, like I think every time that we've played, I was always the alien queen.
Yep.
Yeah,
so technically, she won quick. The most.
I was always the alien queen.
And so do you guys play it cooperative usually, or do you go competitive?
Mostly play cooperative.
Yeah.
Basically, it just don't turn out that way because that's the whole thing. Like the secret objective for most of the people, sometimes they end up picking like, okay, you win if you get away, and so player dies.
Right.
So we usually always have one or two people that end up with that objective, and they pick that objective.
Right.
So it's cooperative, but it's like you got people playing against you too.
Yeah. So in the lockdown one, what we did, we actually played the fully cooperative, where it's specific that you can only, you get the ones that you all work together, or it has it has a little story or something that goes. I can't remember exactly, but so we tried that. It's pretty much the same game, just a slightly different vibe.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's pretty cool. Do you guys have the lockdown one, or?
So it's a friend's game.
He's been obsessed with it.
He's been obsessed with it.
So every week he's like, "Does anybody want to be like, come play Alien? Let's go play Alien. You guys want to play Alien?" I'm like,
and basically he's just trying to get a good number of people that are used to the game so he can start to introduce that next one.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we'll probably be playing it in the next couple of weeks.
Again.
You're still gonna be playing it come KublaCon.
Really?
You're gonna come up for 3 days. You'll be like, I want to play a different game.
I know.
All right, so that's the first one I'm playing. The second one I've been playing lately is Coloma. Now, excuse me. Oh, Coloma is a Euro game from a relatively local designer, a guy named Johnny Pack, and it's in an old west town. Well, Coloma, which is a couple hours north of us. It's a Sutter's Mill gold rush area.
Yeah.
And in the game you're playing, and there's 5 different actions you can pick. It's got this magnetic spinner that goes around the board, and if too many people pick the same action, the action busts, and it's worse. You only get to do half the stuff.
Oh no!
But if you go somewhere else, then it's a boom, and you get to do double actions. And so, really, really fun Euro game for 3, 4, 5, 6 players. But what I've done is I made my own AI. So you can play it solo, add a bot. So I just recorded a video on how that AI works. It's one of my favorite Euro games. So be able to kind of bust that out, and that gets a little more play, because it's really a game that shines with a lot of players. And we all know there's not a lot of, playing with a lot of people hasn't happened a lot lately.
Yeah.
This is very true. You created an AI?
I did. It wasn't, sometimes it's not that hard. Sometimes. Like I've made 3 of them now.
Wow.
But usually it's just because it'll be a game that I really like. I'm like, it needs more players. So I can't play this. And so they'll think about it, and come up with it. But it's like fanfic, right? And just a guy that made it. It's not like they're giving me money for it. It's like,
no, that's so cool.
So that's my second one I've been playing lately. What else? You guys been playing anything else lately, or just Alien all the time?
Been a lot of that, and then I think there's a couple times where we've been able to play something else. So one that's been out for a while that we finally got around to playing, and Fran busted out all the expansions for was Terraform Mars. And that was really fun.
It was super fun.
Like at first it was like for what was it, like the half an hour, we was like, okay, we're
I was like, how in the world what is this? What is that? What is that over there?
And then after that, it was just like, and plus we've seen other players like doing their combinations, like
helped a lot. Yeah,
it helped a lot. And then it's like, okay, I can finally start to get competitive.
Plus they were giving us advice and everything, which was really nice. But holy
that's
moly,
a lot to
that
keep
game
up with.
Has so many moving parts, but it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Like once you actually get like what everything does, it's like, whoa, oh my goodness. And then you can start to strategize and like figure things out. So now
your first time playing, he gave you all the expansions. Aren't there like 30 expansions to that game?
There are so many.
I think he left out
so many,
a couple of them.
Oh
and I think only the reason why they left them out because like they don't like using the system.
Yeah, because there's a side politicky type thing where you like can do stuff that'll affect the planet and stuff, and there's voting, and oh my gosh, there's a whole thing.
Yeah. So I've never played that one either, and that same Origins that I was talking about, I was there with Matt, and we both didn't get into the game. Like you got to kind of sign up for games, and I was like, whatever, it's fine, so you can go play. And it was like a 3-hour slot, and I went and did like 3 other games in that time. And he came back, I was like, how was it? He was like, it was 3 hours. We didn't finish. And I was like, oh my God,
How long were we there?
We were there.
It was a pretty long time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was 3 hours.
No, it was 3 hours. But it
was long. But I think it was also because like we were with a lot of people who like knew what they were doing, knew what they were doing.
Maximize their turn.
Yeah. So I think that's why it went by at least like a little faster, maybe. But oh my gosh, it's a lot.
did either of you win?
No.
I'm pretty sure we were bottom 2. But the whole thing was
You were
like,
starting to.
I was starting off strong.
Yeah.
So I was putting down a lot of water on Mars.
So much water.
I was actually comboing stuff. The only problem was I did not know or fully understand what I was doing.
Yeah, because
you were doing stuff. It didn't make any sense. You were doing it hard, right?
He was. Oh
He's out there. He's like, bam, slams down a tile. What you got? Like,
yeah.
that doesn't do anything. Bam.
That's my life story.
Oh my gosh.
Right
you
there.
know what?
Ooh,
You're gonna do something. Do it to the maximum of your capabilities, okay?
I'm gonna make you feel like I did something big, but I did nothing.
Maximize.
So at the end of the game, everyone's surprised. Like, how did you two lose? We thought for sure you were at the top.
I was like, I think it came down to because there's another thing that like people focusing on is like colonizing like other planets
or
something. And then there's
other
like
planets and like space things or something or whatever with shuttles.
I still don't understand.
We couldn't wrap our brain around that part. All we know that I would try to move stuff like, I want to move stuff over there too. What you're doing.
Right.
I don't know what that is.
Right.
And they already took all the good stuff.
That's the thing. And then it's like, okay, but now there's only like these other planets that I can go colonize technically. And I have all these cards about colonizing planets, but then it's like not the right planet. And I'm just like, I don't.
And that's basically what ended up happening. We kept trying to dip into other stuff and we were just, we had no combination.
This is what happens when you are noob and there's like 30 expansions on a game and you're trying to figure out what's going on. It's like, no.
But we played with good people and we had some good teams.
No, yeah.
So next time we play.
They made it fun. They made it so fun.
All right. And so what do you have on the table to go next? So for me, I got game called The Dark Quarter, which is coming up from Lucky Duck Games and Van Ryder Games. It's a preview. It's an app assisted. I don't know a lot about it because I've opened the box, but that's all I've done.
Okay.
It's 1980s New Orleans, and it's story based. It seems like it's an investigation, but it's got like a cult going on, and this kind of deep, it almost looks like a little bit film noir. It's not black and white, but kind of that little bit of that vibe, but 1980s New Orleans. And so I'm really excited about it because Lucky Duck Games does app games just on point. They're always really good. So I'm super excited about it. That's all I know. By the time I put this out, the video is probably out about it, but still, that's what I got next. How about you guys?
Awesome. Oh my goodness.
So we don't have it yet. Right now I have our local game store getting us a copy of its first season. It's called Dice Throne. And basically from what I can wrap my brain around it's a competitive role or like class kind of like combat thing where you basically play against other players being your class. So say for example, I'll pick a barbarian. Becky will be a druid.
Always.
You might pick a ninja. And we have basically card sets that tell us our abilities and we roll dice.
Yep.
Yeah, I played that a few times, but never in the competitive mode. I played the role player adventures.
Okay.
Which is just like another box that you can buy and you take the characters and then you can go adventuring together. Awesome. I got the Yahtzee style dice. You roll them till you get combos that do stuff. It's a fun game. I think you're gonna like it. With the beating each other up.
Let's play everything. Like
no, there's so much stuff I haven't played. I haven't played Terraforming Mars.
Oh, that's true. Oh, what about that one game that we got, that couples game?
Oh, Fog of Love.
OMG.
Oh, we haven't played it.
Oh, you haven't?
Nope. So we brought it. My wife, we brought it out. It was a gift years ago now. We brought it out to play it, and I was setting it up, and I was like, "There's cards missing."
Oh.
And so I put it away. I emailed the publisher. They're like, "No. The first scenario, those cards are inside the pack or whatever." But I didn't. I was trying to set it up, so I didn't know that, and so we put it away. We just haven't gotten back to it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Is it good?
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
I would definitely say like the only drawback I find with that game is just, I wish there was a way to play with other people to kind of like just make fun of the scenarios of, you know, trying to play out these people's relationships,
like the tropes and stuff.
and the tropes and making the choices. But I always find it fun for the fact that it leads to pretty fun conversations about like, you know, oh, why would you do this? Or why would you do that?
And for some reason you play with Lin, it always comes back to being stuck on a revolving door. It's very strange how all those relationships end that way.
Oh gee.
In your next life, you're gonna be like a door salesman or something.
Oh my god.
I already feel like I'm a great advocate for marriage. It's just like, hey man, you know, you've been married for such years. What do you think about it? So look, it's like a revolving door. Okay?
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes you own it alone. Sometimes, you know, your partner just staring at you.
Sir.
All right. But so our main topic we're talking about, since we see each other at conventions, is we talk a bit about playing games at conventions as opposed to kind of the whole big thing. So when you guys go to a convention, what's your strategy for going to, you know, play games? Do you come with a big old bag of stuff like, these are what we're gonna play? You just go with nothing, you're like, whatever, let's do it. Like, how do you approach it?
It's very freestyle.
Yeah. Okay, it didn't start that way though.
No,
so
it did not.
The first time we went to a convention, I had a game plan of, okay, I'm gonna finally get a chance to play all the games that I don't usually get a chance to play. So I brought like, what did I bring?
Oh goodness, you did.
Yeah, I brought, what was it? Pathfinder books for tabletop role-playing games. A new one I got, I think it was called Infinity something or whatever. Oh man.
There's a lot of RPGs.
A lot of RPGs, and I brought like a bunch of board games too. I forget what the board games were. I'm pretty sure
Zombicide.
I brought Zombicide. What was the other one? I think it was Game of Thrones.
Oh gosh.
And I brought all this stuff and didn't play any of it.
Nope.
Didn't play none of it.
Well,
not a single one.
The problem is, like, when you go as the press.
I think you go as a player sometimes too.
I mean, sure, but like we were mostly like covering things, and then we ended up getting invited and jumping into games, like as far as like Starfinder. It was mostly Starfinder.
Yeah, mostly Starfinder.
Yeah, mostly Starfinder and everything, and then like that lasts hours. And then like I don't know for that first con if I don't think we stuck around to like play any board games like late at night. Because I know we did for this one. Yeah. But yeah, not for the first time.
And that's the thing. It's like, so now we changed it. Like, I don't bring anything, but the only thing I bring dice, paper, and pencils just for like an RPG thing.
Yep.
And then after that, I go expecting to find a board game that I will get into.
Yeah.
Or a card game or whatever it is.
And basically this time, it was just friends being like, hey, come and check out this thing. Hey, we'll teach you this thing. Come over here. Like, so like literally it was just being like drags all over the place.
And that's fun. I find that probably one of the best ways to learn a new game, get into a game that people are excited about, and help you to get excited about
and we got invited by strangers too, actually. Like while we were like covering stuff in the dealer's hall. It was like the mom of one of the dealers or something that I bought a ring from. Yeah, she like invited us to play this like new game that I guess like she that was still on Kickstarter, but she got like an early something, and she was like, come play with us.
Early prototype, I think.
Yeah. It was really interesting. I was like, oh.
So yeah, that's totally our game plan now. Just go, bring bare minimal stuff to be able to be versatile, depending on what we're going to find, and play what's there.
Yep. And then you found us.
Well, because I saw you that first night when I was there late. I was playing Coloma when you sat down to play.
You were next to me. Yep.
Yeah, so I was like, oh yeah, but yeah, so I've started doing, because the first time I went, I brought a couple things, and you know, sometimes I don't know what to do. I think I finally figured out, because the last one I went to, I had a plan. I was like, these are games that I want to play. I haven't played them. I want to play them. And so like that was like my job. And I got through, most of them. But what I've landed on, I think, is if it's close, like the one that we were at last time, I came home every night because
Okay.
it's right down the street,
Wow.
There you go.
10 minutes away. So
Nice.
that I'd come home, get some stuff, take it in. Great. I also went to PAX U this year in
Oh.
Philadelphia,
Oh.
which was great. Totally should go sometime. Like it was.
PAX U. Write that down.
And I took some stuff, and
Okay.
I barely played any of it. And so
Mhm.
what I think of land is if I'm going to travel somewhere, I'll take a few things that I can just that are small that I can just
Mhm.
pull out. So like like we played a mouse, cheese, cat, cucumber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Yes.
that's this big.
Yeah.
It's tiny if you fit in your back pocket. So a couple of those things, and maybe if there's something that I'm chomping at the bit to play, but other than that, I'm not taking anything. Because the other
Awesome.
problem is I came back with significant amount of stuff from
Yes.
PAX because it's very cool. I don't ask publishers for stuff at conventions because I want them to sell that stuff. Like
Yes.
they don't want to give, but nonetheless, some of them are very generous. Like we cover so I came home with all this stuff, and so I take stuff, and then like there's no space for that. You don't have space in bags. So my plan is if I'm traveling, I'll take a couple things and then just see what happens. Now at Origins, there's so many people there. I feel like that one you can totally just walk around and jump in games all the time.
Aww.
Like at Dungeon Con, there was, I don't know what, maybe 40 people back there, 50 people always playing games.
Mhm.
But okay, but if you're talking 300 people just always playing games, like you'll find something.
That's so cool.
So that's you should come to Origins this year.
Right.
And Columbus is not that expensive as far as
Columbus.
going places.
Oh yeah, no. Actually, yeah, we've been very like. Granted, we don't try to go too often because again, life gets in the way. Adult responsibilities that usually conflict with certain things that are totally fun. But yeah, we've been fortunate enough to travel a few places and stuff like that. Or whatever, and yeah, I always surprise myself because I always think like, oh man, transportation, hotel, especially if you're going to be there for a couple of days, man, that stuff's going to add up, not to mention food and all yada yada yada. And I actually been very fortunate. It's not that expensive. Like actually, yeah, just going to the Dungeon Con one because we did do a hotel, even though we didn't have to. It would have been easier maybe just to drive back and forth, but I wanted to avoid that entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't that expensive.
All right, so now you guys are way better at this than I am. What is your approach when you're at a kind of playing games with randos, totally new people? Because I found at the Dungeon Con this time, I was like, oh gosh, I don't want to go ask to play the game. I'll just sit here in the corner until I see someone I know, which is absolutely what I did this time. But you're just like, let's play, pushing people out of the way, sitting down. So how do you approach playing with people that you have no idea who they are? Like, you don't know if they're going to be a jerk. You don't know if they're going to be a uber aggressive, competitive, cheat. You have no idea. So how do you approach that?
Well, I know when we were playing with some lovely peoples at I think it was like a debut of a game.
Oh, you're talking about
the
Prowlers and Paragons?
The superhero one, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Prowlers and Paragons. We played with some random people, and basically I think what my kind of like general strategy is with people in general is just kind of to feel out the situation type thing. So like kind of like it's like a lot of like reading body language and things like that, and of course like introducing myself, seeing how they respond, and I'm like, okay, cool, let me try and take lead on the situation, like whatever is happening and that sort of thing. But if they would like to jump in and like they're starting to get things and they would like to take lead, then of course like I'll back off type thing and kind of like adjust to like whatever the ebb and flow is of like conversations and personalities and that sort of thing. I guess of like kind of like a social chameleon that way.
Yes. So that's always my cheat code is her.
Oh.
She usually always is such a great icebreaker. She's so friendly to everybody. She introduces herself. She wants to hear everybody else's name. and what, basically she'll throw out something, a conversation, icebreaker of, what are you into, what do you like, where you're from.
My superpower is high empathy.
Yes. So if you got somebody that in your group, or you can bring along that can do that for you, that makes it a lot easier for everybody at the table.
Yeah.
Because as you're just, everybody's going to attune to that person.
I am the diplomat.
And open up. If she's not around, I usually just go in with the mindset of not wanting to take the lead, just being open to, I want to learn the game. I want to learn how these people play the game. Even if I know how to play the game, I want to see how other people play the game and how it might differ.
Yes.
And that way they think you don't know what you're doing, so you can whoop them. I got you. I got you.
Sometimes.
Undercover.
Sometimes that works in my advantage. Sometimes it don't. Sometimes
he goes, what is this cube with pips on it? What is this thing? I don't understand.
See, now I told you my secret, dog. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, Lynn's never gonna win a game again.
Yep, I will never win again now.
Wow.
Right, now that does cycle into the last kind of question, discussion about conventions is, what are your best and worst experiences playing games with new people? I'm going with new people.
Okay.
At conventions, you don't have to pick a ton, but definitely one really good, one real bad, or bad.
Well, I mean, I would say like this last time, like playing with new people. I'm like thinking about our friends. Oh my gosh.
The problem is too, it's hard for her to separate the two, because even those new people become friends.
Oh
really
my
fast
gosh, stop it.
There are two people on the planet she does not like that aren't friends, and they're just pure evil.
It's only two.
I mean, I'd say, yeah, that's about the only way I'm going to figure it out.
Lol.
I ain't met that person yet. They're out there somewhere, though.
Oh my gosh. My best was probably with new people at the first DungeonCon that we ever went to.
Okay.
I want to say it was like the 43rd.
That's right. Yes.
I think.
Because we didn't go to the 44th.
Did we really?
Yeah, we missed the 44th.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I think it was so I guess it was the 43rd DungeonCon. I was playing Starfinder, and I got to be in the table with the person who created the Brunari, which is
that's right.
Yeah, which is this little otter person, otter race that is playable now and everything in Starfinder, but they are so cute. Oh my goodness. But yeah, she literally created that race for Paizo. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. And like everybody at the table was just like so fantastic, because we were playing this adventure path where we had to get a CD from like that was get a CD or album of these pop stars, intergalactic pop stars, basically, and give it to the person that like gave us the mission and everything. It was super wacky. I loved it though. It was fantastic, and everybody was like so into it and like quirky and playing the characters like so well and everything. It was so fun. Worst experience, probably this last one, actually, which kind of makes me sad.
With Starfinder?
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of see that one.
Yeah, like it wasn't like nobody was horrible, but it just seemed like all of the players who are like a lot older than me just were not into it at all. Like just, I don't know, it was one of those like, we're here for like, I guess like the credit for the Starfinder Society or whatever, and like, I don't know, it just kind of took the wind out of my sails. I was so excited to play a Starfinder game.
Yeah, I got you. So I gotta pretty close tie
Mm.
on best. So one, their Evil Adjacent game, I still think about that game every now and then. I hadn't done it in a while, but that was a very, very fun game.
So awesome.
So there's that one, and another one that I've talked about before on the podcast, but it was at Origins. A max player count game of Root. I don't know if you guys know the game Root. It's
yes, I've never played it, but we have
the
friends.
little woodland creatures battling it out.
Yeah,
they're making an RPG of it too, a tabletop RPG of it too.
Of course they are.
Of course they are. They're too cute.
And so we're playing this game, and it's myself, a couple people that I already knew, and then two just total random people who would just held the box like, who wants to come play, because it's so like 300-400 people looking to play games. And so I was playing the Otters, and the Otters are all about this trade. Like, if other people don't interact with the Otters outside of the Otters' turn, they can't do anything. They have stuff they're trying to sell every turn. They're trying to sell stuff. You can always buy their stuff. And so I was playing it kind of like a riverboat captain meets foghorn leghorn. Everybody says, no, I say. Now, Lin, now, you sure you don't want to come look at some of my wares? But it started to spread a little bit. And this one random guy was playing the cats, and the cats are kind of like the Empire in Star Wars. And so suddenly he made them German. And we're going through the game, and so he's the cats, and the mice are like the rebellion. So they have these rebellion tokens, which they look like little fists. Like, and we're going through the game, and he's like, no, I do not like this. You did. Oh, you put your fist in my cat place. Meow meow. It just like the whole table stopped and just started laughing, and just kind of went, and just then everybody was kind of picking up these things, and just one of the best experiences at a game ever. And I know I've talked about people listening before, I've heard, but just fantastic.
Great.
And
heck yeah.
And worst, I haven't had a ton, but the bad ones have just been games that I just didn't like.
Sure.
Like, some of these have a games like I just don't like this. Like I've had a couple, and I've talked about also before, where the game was just, the people I'm playing was like, oh my gosh, these people. Like, what is wrong? But it was so bad it became good. I had several of those. But yeah, I think when I just went to PAX, there was a couple games I sat down to play, and I was like, this is just not a good game. And
gotcha.
Like, I'm there as media, and so I don't want to be like, this game sucks, and get up and leave. So you're just sitting there playing this game that's just not doing it for me, and then you walk away, you're like, what'd you think? Wasn't it great? And you're like, oh look, I gotta get So I don't have a specific one like you. How about you, Lin?
Let's see here. Sadly, I have to piggyback for my best one off of Becky, because that Starfinder game that we had, everybody at the table was just clicking. It was almost like playing with people that we played with at home and stuff like that, where everybody was having fun. Everybody had their time in the sun to have their character shine. And it was a really good game. And even the DM too, the person who created the Binari, like, it was just like, I remember we was having like a conversation with her like a half hour after the game, almost not wanting to leave the table, just asking her about her experience and the influence about creating this race for Paizo. And
what's amazing how in a I don't play. I used to play a lot of Pathfinder and Pathfinder Society before I discovered board games is really what I like. But it's amazing what the DM can do for a game.
Yes, absolutely.
Unbelievable how much fun one of those games can be with the right person running the game. Amazing. Yes. But all right, so what's the bottom of your barrel?
Bottom of the barrel. Actually, it's gonna have to go back to kind of like what you were talking about before with my worst one was a werewolf game.
No!
See, I told you, don't play that game.
And it felt so bad too, because it was a smaller group, and it was just this whole thing of, okay, there's only so many tribes you have, because there's one werewolf in this small of a game. And this person basically just like we were down to it, like, okay, this has to be the werewolf. and it was coming down to the wire of, if we make this bad choice, we lose.
Yep.
And it was just bad choice and bad communication. Nobody listening to anybody, and it came down to this thing, whatever. And of course, it was me getting killed, and I was just sitting there like, "What?"
Yeah.
Becky's there. She's like, "I'm gonna let this happen."
Yeah. Like, how did we get here? Were you not paying attention? Were you not listening?
Like, what happened?
Was it set up? Like, I don't get it. Like, and then it's like, even afterwards, they're like, wasn't it fun? It's like, no, that wasn't fun.
You just got out charisma is what happened.
And it's just like, I don't get it. Like, you want to play again? No, I don't want to play. I want to go home.
Oh.
I want to go.
Like,
well, it's funny. So at DungeonCon this time, like I was there late one night in the Protospiel room. Which and this one guy kept coming in. He's like, "Hey, I want to come play werewolf. We got 30 people." And I'm like,
yeah.
Things that I will never say yes to for 1,000. Like, that sounds like the worst thing.
30 people.
That's a lot.
Like, no.
And here's the thing too, because I used to think this way, where it's like when it comes to werewolf, or even to where it comes to playing role-playing tabletop games or whatever, it's like more the merrier, right? Because you get more people and more personalities and different things wherever that you can experience, and and as I just try to get those things to happen and play a lot more, and it's like, oh no,
Yeah.
I was wrong. How wrong was I?
Have you guys ever played Red Dragon Inn?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, so much fun.
So I love that game. I
yes.
got all of it.
Wow.
But I was at a game day once, and kind of towards the end of the night, and I've played a lot of that game. Someone was like, "Let's all play Red Dragon Inn. We'll do 12 people." And it was like,
gosh.
and it's like, it sounds great. Horrible.
Because
some people were out before they even got to play.
Dang.
And we were going, and it took so long, and it's funny. So my I'm probably, and my wife, we're probably as good as you can be at that kind of game, right? Because it's a lot of chance.
Yeah.
But I was out somewhere in the middle, and it was real late. It was like a 3-hour game.
Ooh, wow.
And it got down to the end, and my wife's still in, and I could just see it. She's like, "I'm not losing." And like, it's funny because the other person just didn't get it. After 3 hours, just didn't get it. Didn't know what's happening. Finally, I was like, "Okay, put down your card. Okay, look, you need to play this one right now. I'm going to play this, but you need." And she was like, basically playing the game. And it was just,
wow.
That game does not need to be played with more than like 5.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I would say, you know what? If you want to play with 5, you have to play. You got to actually follow like a drinking rule.
Oh my goodness.
No, but actually, Johnny Pack, who I mentioned with the Coloma earlier, he told me that he used to, sometimes they would, if at a game day, they would get, a bunch of people, like we do, they do a big game. But as people got eliminated, you'd go off to another table and start a new game. So it was like this is how we're going to determine the tables of whatever it is. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea.
It is.
That's really cool.
It's really smart. Yeah.
Oh, it's like that way nobody's like left out either. It's like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got one more to throw into the mix.
Oh.
So I don't know if you ever played the Blockbuster game.
No.
Okay.
Like
you
Blockbuster Video?
Somewhere, give it a go.
It's fun.
It's fun. But I did have a horrible time with it one time.
My goodness.
Because what was it? It was, I had to get, so I have a very big dislike for Disney.
Yep.
So of course,
I would not have guessed that.
Oh, really?
I'm the Dis nerd.
Yes.
He
likes DC, so no, he can't like Disney.
I'm Marvel. No. If you want to poke fun at me being a Trekkie. I'm a Star Trek fan.
That is true.
I'm not too big on Star Wars.
He converted me into a Trekkie.
May the force be with you. Did I get that right? Actually, sorry, I'm totally sidetracking. So I say a pro Discovery or anti Discovery.
I'm pro Discovery.
Okay, we can keep talking.
It's really, yeah, it's actually kind of hard on some points because it's like I like some things. Actually, I like a lot of things they've done. There's a few things like basically with the second season where I was like, okay, we're pushing a couple of buttons here that's a little weird. You know, we're messing with things that have been set in stone to try to make this work. But I know why you're doing it.
Yeah. So my wife and I, we haven't started season 4 yet, but we really enjoyed season 3.
Yes.
Like I feel like it seems like they really hit their stride
They did.
in season 3. And I agree. Season 2 we thought was the weakest. We liked Picard season 1. We haven't done season 2 yet.
So okay, Picard I have a lot of issues with, and that's a problem too because Picard's my captain. Oh, that's my captain. Like, oh man, and I'll still watch it because it's Picard, but there's a couple of characters I have an issue with, but that's another podcast.
That's fair. All right. Yeah, I totally sidetracked you. So
Blockbuster game, and we had I had to act out a category for Disney. And what you do in this game is you get the category, you basically get the name of the movie, and you have to do like put them into 3 different things that you could do to try to get your team to guess. You basically do word association by saying a word.
Yeah. So
or a phrase.
So one word, I think it's one word or one sentence or something like
that. But you can't use a title.
Or a quote.
Or
basically like doing charades.
Doing charades with it.
So you pick one of those.
So I have three Disney movies. About 2 of them I've never seen.
Now, but before you tell, I have this image based on what you said about Disney that you're like, word or phrase, stupid.
Oh my gosh.
It's a charade. You're just all, you know, I just, that's what I have in my head right now. But sorry, go ahead.
And so the only one that I had seen that I had got was Dumbo. And Dumbo is one of those ones I have a huge issue with.
A huge dislike, yeah.
I mean, you revisit that movie as an adult, and like,
it's
wow.
Yeah.
You know, when I growing up, and you know, when I watched it in in the 80s in South Carolina, like, I'm like, okay, it's about an elephant. You revisit that. I mean, there's a lot of those you revisit. You're like, well, now. That's why you don't go back and watch stuff from your childhood.
Yeah. And so you can only do for each one of the categories for these movies, you can do one of those things.
Yeah.
So I chose Dumbo for I think the quote, because literally I thought, okay, I could do this quote and the rest of my team will figure this out, and I'm just gonna do my best on the other 2, but at least we'll get one. And I say the phrase and nobody gets it, so I'm here screaming the phrase for a majority of the allotted time that we have, looking at my team, begging them, please get this. My God, because I have no chance with the other 2.
Maybe if you say it louder and slower.
Know.
I think my brain literally went there too. It was like, if I scream it louder, maybe it will hit a nerve in their brain somewhere, and they will get it.
Oh man, that was bad.
Totally get nothing in the round, and I'm just like, I hate this game.
Do you remember what the other 2 movies were, out of curiosity?
No, I can't. I want to say it was, one of those obscure movies I've never seen, like Tangled. I think Tangled was one of them.
Oh yeah.
And that was the whole thing too, because I was blanking. Like, I can't think of nothing with that movie because I don't think I ever watched it fully. And even now when I think about it, I can't pick out anything other than, like, I know the horse would do weird stuff.
Oh my God.
That's the only thing I remember.
Wow.
The horse would do weird stuff.
There's like whole songs and stuff, and like,
this is why she left you in a revolving door.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So when you say you're anti-Disney, you're anti like the cartoons, not like Marvel and all that stuff, or you're anti that?
Yeah.
Too?
No, I'm not anti-Marvel at all. If anything, I was one of the people like, no, Disney got Marvel. What are they gonna do to my baby? And it's been fine.
Yep. So far.
It's been
far.
fine.
Also,
no, I hear that Morbius is a steaming pile of crap.
We just heard that.
I have, because so like the reviews pop up on like by Yahoo or whatever, and like none of them said anything good.
I think it was due. Morbius is one of those obscure character. Oh well, he's not really obscure. He's actually pretty decent in the comic books, but he's very obscure to public, just like Moon Knight is. And in order to make it good, it's got to be a big labor of love. And this movie felt like it came out of nowhere.
See, and then it makes me sad for Jared Leto because it's like it feels like everything that he's in, like where he's like some sort of star and everything like that,
makes him look bad.
Yes, and I'm like, that hurts my heart.
Yeah, he needs to back away from superhero stuff. Apparently.
I'm like, the commercials looked really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still
we'll
see
about
it.
the movie.
I'll still see it, but I'll wait.
Probably stream it since it's on Disney Plus.
Yep. All right, but so for everybody, we're about to move into our review today. So before that, we have a brand new Sovereignty commercial. So everybody, check it out. Boom.
Da-da.
And now, a word from our sponsor. One sec. Just let me get the score here. So, and carry the 1, and yes, boom, got it. Winner is I cannot stand having to do the math by myself at the end of the game. It always gets messed up. It always looks like this, and now gaming is ruined forever, and we're never gonna have a good game again.
It's all right. You can play on Sovereignty, and it does all the scoring for you, so you don't have to worry about it.
Really? It'll do the scoring for me? I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Game day is saved!
Sovereignty is free to download, so download it now, and you can redeem the Hunger Gamers code and play for free. All the games!
Sovereignty. Play board games in a 3D environment on any device. Play smarter. You can find more information about Sovereignty in the description of this podcast or video. Okay, and we are back in our review game today. We are talking about Betrayal at the House on the Hill, Widow's Walk, at Baldur's Gate, and Legacy. All Betrayal in its totality. Now, how about you guys? Tell us what this game is briefly. So if the 3 people who've never heard of it have a rough idea what's going on.
All right. So Betrayal at the House on the Hill is a kind of like I want to say it's a co-op game in which you explore a house to figure out a haunt that could be multiple haunts or possibility of haunts. But as you're exploring the house, the more you open up rooms or discover rooms and you're collecting items at the same time, the more you're able to trigger the haunt, which can be a veritable of like, I want to say like 40 different options, depending on how many expansions you have. And once the haunt starts, usually what happens is there's probably either one player now being chosen to be the monster pitted against the rest of the players. And basically you have one side that's trying to get their goals achieved compared to the other side that's trying to get their goals completed to win the game.
Yeah. So like TLDR, y'all are exploring a haunted house and then one of you gets possessed and then you gotta take care of the possessed person or get out.
That's a nice way to say it. To take care of them. You mean kill them and put them in a freezer? Yeah.
You know what? William.
Something like that.
Sir.
Yeah, but yeah, so I mean that's cool. This is a pretty fast game.
Yes.
You know, you got your exploration and it's kind of has a little of that vibe of the kind of the old adventure games, like your Grim Fandangos and stuff, where like you're finding random things and you're going to figure out how to use them and all those things. And you're exploring the house. And because of the nature of the game, like suddenly you might be, oh, you stepped in a coal chute. Now you're in the basement. Hope you can find a way out. You know,
it happens to me all the time.
Yeah, and it's interesting. And then there's the Widow's Walk expansion, which I finally played for the first time.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe a month or two ago, which adds an attic.
Yes.
Yep.
You have an attic, and you play Betrayal Legacy, which I've mentioned on the channel before. Like I actually played in the game. We finished the whole thing. Like we finished the Legacy. That has outside.
Yes. Man.
And so all those together, you know, so it's. I think each of the different expansions, and then of course Betrayal at Baldur's Gate, it's a fantasy themed one, and I think more of them are a cooperative ending than the others. I've
Yeah.
only played that one like 3 times, but I think 2 out of 3, it might just be luck. 2 out of 3 times, it was all of us against the city, or something like that.
Yes.
But all basically the same game, slightly different variants.
Mhm.
This is a game that you guys picked this one. What do you like about this game?
Ah!
Man.
Oh my
So
goodness.
we love games that allow us to be able to work together.
Mhm.
Because usually, always when we play with our friends or we play with strangers, always feel like there's somebody there that's either struggling to understand the game or just struggling because they're not playing as well as other people.
Mhm.
And they can get stressed out real easy on, hey, I'm not playing well, or I'm not getting this, and I'm not having fun.
Sure.
Whereas when everybody's working together, you can go to the other person and go like, what can I do better? What is the best play? Or can you help me understand this? And you're not immediately going like, I'm not going to help you.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's one aspect I really love about it. That's very
Now,
inviting.
hold up. I can see you saying that, Lynn. I can see me saying that. But I do not see her saying, I'm not going to help you ever in a game.
You are correct. That is probably like a gift and also a curse, because sometimes you need to say no to people.
Yeah. No, but I'm with you. I'm with you. That I really do enjoy Betrayal. That's part of why. Is it's simple enough
Yes.
that anybody can jump in and play it. And the thing that really gets me with the exploration's fun, your different regions of the house or whatever, but there's great game memories from
Yes.
playing this. And so, and I don't know if it's a great memory for the guy this happened to, but towards the end of Betrayal Legacy. So have you all played that one?
So actually we have not. We have it, and basically we've been trying to play with our particular group that we have, like you're talking about, like brand memories with.
Yep.
Who love this game. We've been trying to get with them so that way we can continue playing it through and finish it.
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna have a great time. So I'm gonna pull back the detail of what I'm going to say here.
Okay.
But
okay. Spoilers.
one of the things that goes through as you go through the game, you're going through time. Betrayal Legacy. That's right on the back of the thing. You see what year it is, and on the back of the family cards, it has what year, the year, who is your character, what happened to your character, did they survive, were they the traitor, type thing. And as it goes through time, some of them more than others really connect with the era that you're in, and that plays a part in the game. So
cool.
like if you're in the 1960s, the 1960s are happening, right? Those kinds of things. But there was one where the thing that was going on, there was whatever the spectral thing, and it was all very paranoia going on. And there were these medicines that we could take that would, if you were the traitor, and none of us know who was the traitor, one of us is the traitor, we don't know, it would make you stronger. If you weren't, it would basically kill you.
Ooh.
So we're going through the game. There's 4 of us playing. There's 5 of us playing. I think one person had already died, so we knew it wasn't.
No.
And then we're playing through, and I'm like, and I had done something to where I was all brawn and no brain. Like all my mental stats were almost at the bottom, but I was exceedingly fast and exceedingly strong, like rolling 7 dice or whatever it is. And the guy was near me. I was like, you. So, I don't know who the bad guy is. So I run over to him like, I'm going to kill you now. Because I had like an axe or something. So I have an axe or an ice pick, and you're there. Because there's a 25% chance that you're the bad guy.
Of course.
So I killed him. He wasn't the bad guy.
Oh, no.
But he had the medicine. I was like, maybe I'm the bad guy. So I pick up the medicine, like, I'm going to take it. Because there's, a 33% chance that it's only going to make me stronger.
Oh my gosh.
I was not the bad guy.
Yep.
No, it's to death. No.
So the guy shows up to play. I slaughter him and kill myself immediately thereafter. I have not had more fun. No, I don't know. It might not have been as fun for him. I don't know.
It's like I have a different memory about that night.
Right? You know, he's moving to Baltimore, and you know, we're like, that's why. I'm like, maybe.
Oh.
Dang. You started his villain arc.
Wait, am I hearing that if you move to Baltimore and become a villain? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's canon now. That's what that meant.
But
We love you, Baltimore people.
but you know, I look back at the card and what's on the back of there and the things that happen, and like I can remember most of those things. Like one of the little stories was, this is gonna sound terrible, but you know, my character bravely punched a baby to death, but it was bravely. Bravely.
What? That sounds like something you would like. It's like a Mad Lib sentence. What?
Well, maybe it was, but I lived it. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
But because the game is what it is, you have things like that happen, and you're not looking at me like I'm a monster. You're laughing because you're like, oh yeah, I can see that happening.
It's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Like how much chance there is in this game is amazing and everything. Like to the point where it's like like strategies like a little bit out the window.
Yeah, because you can, like, I did the whole thing where I was all muscle and all brawn. If I had been all smart, like it would have been easy, but I wasn't.
But oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much.
So I love to, because the first I'm thinking back now, the first time I played the pastor.
Oh.
And I died, but I died in a heroic way to help save the rest of the group to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I played, I also played the pastor, but I became the bad guy.
Yes.
Where I won and killed everybody.
You felt better about the second one, didn't you?
I did. Actually,
my gosh.
So the last time we played it with another one of our friends, ES Arcade, who we recorded it, and
that was fun.
They posted a video up of it, and it was like a 2 or 3 part video.
Yeah.
Of us doing a
because
live
it was
play.
like 2.5 hours.
Yeah. And oh man, yeah. Just in that video, you can see me just reveling in it.
It was nuts.
Oh, I can't wait for you guys to play through the legacy. You're gonna have such a good time. Like it was fantastic.
Awesome.
All right, but we can't be all sunshine and rainbows here.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna start with you, Bekka.
Oh no.
What are the issues with the game? Make you come out with the darkness here.
I guess like maybe like the variation in the rooms sometimes. Like, but at the I don't know, because I'm like, I'm not a game designer and I feel bad saying bad things about it. They're just like meh. But yeah, there have been times where like I wish that maybe like there were some more elements in like the room finding investigations and things like that. But I mean, I also don't know how much that would complicate the game, maybe if that were like the case and everything, which is why I'm like, maybe I should backtrack my statement.
No. I mean, I think you're right. I mean, there is sometimes you just, here's a room.
Yep.
Here's a room.
Yeah.
Here's a room.
Yeah.
You know, and it's essentially, this is one of those games I think for me, sometimes like if it's a really long game, it becomes less fun. Not always. Sometimes you have those magical moments, but often like because it's just here's a room, it can start to feel like a slog in the middle.
Yeah.
Sometimes if it's going long, you know, but that comes back to that chance you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on the second omen that you pull, in theory, you could start the haunt.
Sure.
You know, it's possible.
Yeah.
And that's always that's always a lot of fun when that happens. You know, because then you're like, please let it be me. Please let it be me. Because those those survivors aren't winning this. You know.
Oh my gosh. It's like.
How about you, Lynn? Pros and cons.
Definitely the con is kind of like piggybacking off of that is how fast or how long the hunt will take. Really, like sometimes we hit that pitch perfect middle and it's a good game. But sometimes when it happens too early, it's like, oh, it's the bad guys' game because we don't have nothing to defend ourselves, or you know, the area is so short, it's so easy to get to people because we haven't explored enough rooms. And then it's a slog where it's like, oh, we done discovered almost everything. We still haven't created this thing. How does this happen?
Right.
And now it becomes like almost a player's game, because depending on what the haunt is, certain elements are so far apart, it's hard to get anybody if you're the bad guy. Or sometimes it's the bad guy's favor too, because you're so far away from where the objective ends up being, you got no chance.
Yeah, like I feel like maybe like there should be like, say if the haunt starts too early, it would be cool if maybe the characters like came with like their own weapons type thing that maybe are like kind of basic and whatnot, but altogether like they at least stand a chance against, you know, like the bad and whatnot.
That's what made me think of like the closest I could probably compare it to, that maybe they can learn something from each other a little bit, is the creators of Zombicide. Zombicide's got that factor too of being able to have scenarios that they have created that are considered to be easy, middle to hard.
Right.
And maybe this game could benefit from something like that, from more designing the scenarios a little more focused and better to being like a style of play instead of it just being completely random.
Right.
Yeah. I think you guys have pretty much hit everything. The only thing I would add is there is that possibility that you repeat a haunt you've done.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
and it's
true.
just it's just not nearly as fun if you're repeating one that you've done. And it's happened, you know, a couple of times. And the first time it happened, I was on the other side. Like this time, I was the bad guy, and no one else had played, so that was fine. That was fine, because it was one that it was all the secret information was held by the bad guy. But other times, it's come up and we looked at it and we're like, is there a feasible way that we can kind of look around the table and like trade an omen or something to get something new? Because it's still entertaining, but it's just not nearly as fun without those secrets and the mystery that goes behind it. Which sounds like there's no replay, but I mean, we're talking, if you have the Widow's Walk expansion and the base game, that's, I don't know, it's like 70 different things, but the combination can come up. But I mean, I really like this game. A lot of people like to drag this game because of its randomness and simplicity, but it's fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's fun. Now, I want to dig a promise out of you two.
Oh,
because I haven't got anyone to play this with me in a long time. It's right in my box right over there. I'm going to bring Betrayal of Baldur's Gate to Kubla Khan, and we're going to play late night. Can I get you to promise that, Lynn?
Yes.
Promises.
I mean, I know I can get her to promise anything.
No. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
We have to do this, and you have to get that game of Legacy. Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, we have it. We just got to get that game going. Yeah.
Oh man, it's one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had. Like in the totality, like we had so much fun with it. I picked up, right up here. Can't quite see it, but I got Clank Legacy, so we can try to kind of repeat that fun. And we have not gone back and played Betrayal with our personalized game yet, because at the end of it you have your own personalized and then unique game, because it has like outside, no attic or whatever. So
wow.
That's your homework. You got to get on it. And I have it recorded that we're going to play Betrayal at Baldur's Gate.
Oh, Snapples. We are on record.
That's right. For the 12 people that watch this, they're going to know. Now, for the last question I'll leave with, which variant is your favorite if I'm making you pick one?
Ooh.
Easy for me, because again, it mixes the tabletop and board game love I have is Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
Oh, that's good, because that's the one I played the least, because I'm picking Legacy, but because I've only played the Baldur's Gate one 2 or 3 times. It's sitting over there in my, I'm not selling this, I'm not getting rid of this, but no one ever wants to play this with me box. But so now
we'll play.
Yes. I love you guys until I become the traitor, then I'm going to kill you horribly.
I mean that's just how it is.
It is.
It's all
No, but
good.
the other thing that I like about it, which I forgot, and I talked about this a little bit a couple episodes ago, is I often don't like betrayal in games. There's a few games I like it in. Like when it's a game that that's what it's about, I can get behind it. Like especially in this one because it's just a sudden switch. It's not a slow burn.
Right.
It's not a Lynn and I we're working together. We've been working together the whole game. Then suddenly you attack my flank. Like what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like what? Why are you doing? Like oh my gosh, I irrationally hate that so much.
Yeah.
Though I do like playing Battlestar Galactica. But that is that's an hours long event that you but it's happening, it's going to come, it's going to be there. And Betrayal's on the other end because usually it's a quick game, it's coming. I think that and Battlestar Galactica do Betrayal better than anything else out there.
Nah. Yay.
Actually, I very much agree because I've played so many of the Battlestar Galactica, and man, it's always like we usually have a person in our group like, man, we're going to start this game. We already know you're going to be a Cylon. We already know. You might as well just admit it in the beginning of the game, man. So
that's part of the game, right? You know what, Lynn? That's something a toaster would say. That's something a toaster would say. You a toaster, Lynn?
Whoa.
You a toaster?
Airlock me and find out, man.
Well, it's funny because there is that one of the expansions you can actually do that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think it's one of them you actually have the airlock. You can do the test, and if you pass, out they go. And if they're a human, it's like, pick a new character. Welcome back to the game.
Oh my gosh, no. Wow.
Which is always fun.
Oh my gosh.
But we went a little bit long time, but that is always okay with me. As always, everybody, you can check down in the description for a link to 10 times 10, and you can check out their stuff, see what's going on there. Great people, as I'm sure you can tell. Stay away from the freezer. You don't want to be there.
Oh my gosh.
You're being in great company.
No.
Why did you admit it?
That got dark. Wow.
See,
and now the people in there are like, yeah, maybe we can get out. Someone else comes in, please.
Oh my gosh. It's like,
but before I let you go, leave us with your words of gaming wisdom, whatever that means.
Oh,
you go first.
Me?
Mm-hmm. You got this. You got a lot of wisdom.
Thank you.
That sounds like somebody's trying to think of something.
Yeah. Yes.
Somebody's trying to stall. No. Well, I really like Desna. And Desna is a patron in Pathfinder whose symbol is a butterfly and everything like that. But she is one who promotes learning from others. And that is what I would suggest for everybody in the gaming space, to have patience with one another and learn from each other, because it's like you could end up learning something amazing, adding to your repertoire, as it were. And
all right, go ahead, Lynn. You've had time to think.
All right. Well,
that'd be so great if he's like, that's a bunch of crap. Here's what you need to know.
How dare you?
No.
Asmodeus.
Oh my gosh, right?
As soon as she said Desna, I was like, nope, I'm not saying anything. That's her thing. That was the cue for me to.
Desna.
She loves Desna. But I would definitely say, and I'm a big person that's still in the process of trying to learn how to do this. We make so much time for so many things in life, from our work, our responsibilities and stuff like that. We have to learn ways to make more time for fun.
Yes.
In all its forms. Because we get this one life we get to live with the experience with these people in our lives, and we really have to just enjoy each other a lot more and find the fun in life. So make time for fun.
Yeah.
Becca's sitting there playing with her star knife, and he's like dropping deep thoughts over here. But
you know
yeah.
what?
Nice.
Right, so thank you guys so much for joining me again, everybody. Check out 10 times 10 down in the description. You can find it. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this
a pleasure.
episode. And everybody, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Bye.
You had a different costume every day.
Yeah.
Con.
That's how I roll.
So
No, technically, we actually have a story already like that.
Oh.
It's very insignificant.
Oh no.
Oh yeah,
I know exactly which one it is.
The choo-choo train?
Yeah, but
Yep, okay.
oh my gosh.
So we were going. What was it? Not Applebee's.
It was
Red Robin.
Mm-mm.
What was it?
BJ's. There we go.
Oh, okay, BJ restaurant, and they have the little
rotating doors, revolving doors.
Revolving doors. I hate going through those doors because I've seen actually when I was growing up, people get caught in those for whatever reason, like it just stopped turning, whatever. So I was like, I just want to go towards the door, but we're all, we're married, probably newly married, and we're holding hands and doing all that stuff where we're still kissy faces in public. So she's pulling me towards the rotating doors. And I'm like, I want to just go through but we're newly married. I got to give in to what she wants, be the better man. And I go through the rotating doors, not realizing I'm the only one in there.
Yep.
She somewhere let go of my hand and went to the other normal doors with everybody else.
So I left him on the
and I'm inside of the rotating door looking at her like, what happened?
She was clearly having second thoughts. She's like, maybe he'll just be stuck. I mean, we had the party. I got the gifts. Just leave him in the door.
Just leave him in the door. No.
I'm gonna have all the wings.
That's the dream.